when this thing actually kicks
I
in.
know. Yeah.
But
Sometimes we have content a little bit ahead of when it actually records, and sometimes it's like, nope, you're going right now.
today we have 13 items going out. We actually have a Mercari sale, which is interesting.
Yes.
We also have a story that we're going to talk about from this weekend where it was just a very awkward situation, and I'm curious to know how you would react out there and if you would be pushy as well in these situations, and just kind of tell you what we ended up doing in
Yeah.
this situation. So, before we get started, my name is Aaron,
I'm Amber.
and we are full time resellers. We go live Monday through Thursday to talk shop
Yep.
with you all out there. So, for the story today,
First, I survived shipping yesterday. That was a feat on its own.
yes, 47 items.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Sorry.
but yes, so yesterday, this Saturday, we go to a garage sale, and I'm gonna end up kicking it over to you to talk about it because my eyesight's not great, and we were parked on the side,
Yeah.
facing towards the house because it wasn't supposed to open till 9. We were there at about
There were already
8:40.
2 cars there.
Yeah, that we were 8:40. There were already cars there waiting.
They had balloons that had deflated overnight on their mailbox, and they had really good signs pointing to it.
I think we might have been there even earlier than that because there was just so little things for us to go to.
Right.
Um, and so then I'm gonna kick it to you.
So we get there, and people that we often run into who purchase things at garage sales all the time, they were in cahoots. And I have seen her do this before, but I said, watch her go up to the door. Is that where you
Hmm.
want me to
Yeah,
start?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So sure enough, he gets out of the car. She gets out. How early? Like 45 minutes early?
15. No, it was about.
Okay.
It was probably. No, you're right. You're probably right. Probably about 25 minutes early. So 25 minutes before the sale is
Yeah.
supposed to start.
They still have their cars pulled up way close to their garage, 2 cars in the driveway, and then they go and ring the doorbell.
Yeah. So 25 minutes before, would you ring a doorbell at a garage sale?
I know. And so then,
It's a moving sale. Let me be more
yeah,
specific.
moving, everything must go type of deal. The guy tells her, because I can like read what he's saying, he says, I know they're in there. I saw them peek through the blinds, and sure enough, somebody peeks through, and he's like making them acknowledge that, okay, I see you seeing me.
This is the person that's early ringing the doorbell
Yeah.
is waving at the person that is peeking through the blinds to
The
let
the
them know that they're there.
homeowner.
So just
Yeah.
incredibly awkward and honestly disrespectful in my
Yeah,
opinion.
we don't do that. And then it was like 10 minutes, and they never came to the door or anything, and they're just standing at the doorway, and then
Yeah.
another car pulls up, and we get out of our car, because now sometimes at estate sales you make a line
Yeah.
for whoever was there first or whatever. So we get in line, and then how much
It's
longer
about
later?
so we're in line for probably like 5 minutes
Yeah.
waiting, and they get out like
Yeah.
5 minutes early.
Yeah, so the guy comes out, and he says, and he's super like timid, and
Late teens, early 20s.
yeah, he says, I have some unfortunate news. We're feeling under the weather, and
Yeah.
that's like where I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, like he said something about his mom's sick.
Yeah,
So we're gonna do it later this week, yada yada yada.
yeah,
And
and
so it's
that's all
like we
I
start
got.
walking away. But then the other two individuals that were there waiting on the garage sale end
But
up talking to the
yeah,
individual. And so we're pulling away and they're walking towards the garage. It's not open yet,
yeah.
but with the expectation that the garage would be getting
So
opened.
I'm pretty confident they told him things they wanted to see,
Yeah.
and then he was just gonna go do it. But at like that's just too much. He comes out. He was already nervous. You stalked him for how long?
And at
Clearly weren't moving to set up.
the big problem that I have with it is I think it gives garage
Oh
sellers a
gosh.
bad name, like a
Yeah.
really bad name.
Yeah.
And like, what is the likelihood of this individual wanting to do a garage sale
Never.
again in the future?
Never.
Or a moving sale or something like that? They're just going to end up donating the
Yeah.
stuff because also these are the same people that are going to lowball them
Yes.
on their items, pay like literally nothing to get it, and it just creates a very bad experience and atmosphere for everybody involved.
It's just so aggressive. Like
Yeah.
at some point there has to be a human side where you're like, okay, their health and wellness should be more important than what I want from
Yeah.
them. Like,
Yeah.
does that not cross anybody's mind? Like, Are you just so upset that they advertise and then they shut it down? Like, it just happens. You got to, like, give them space.
And I mean, realistically,
Hey, good
like,
morning.
good morning, Josh. In those situations, what, how would somebody that wakes up not feeling good
Right.
be able to respond in a way to where they're going to be respectful for their time and situation to not barge in and make it uncomfortable and
Yeah.
do stuff only for them. Like, it's just selfish is
It
what
is.
it
It is
ultimately comes down
selfish.
to. It's incredibly selfish and inconsiderate for the other people on the other side.
It gives us all a bad name.
Gives us all a bad
Don't
name.
lump us in there. We
Yes, I
don't do
don't.
that.
I don't want to be paired. I'm not
Gosh.
saying I'm a saint.
No.
I'm not a saint by any means. But
But
they're
there's,
also,
like, have some decency and respect. Like,
yes,
it's okay. Like, half the stuff that you're going to get, like, do you need it? No.
no, correct.
I know it was slim pickings for even having sales, but you just got to give people some
Yeah.
kind of space.
Realistically, I would have rather we just not even went down to Columbia
Yeah,
this
for sure.
weekend.
But you
But
know what? You never know. You got to try.
you never do know,
You got to set
correct?
yourself up for success. Anyways, there's our rant. What would you have done? Who would you have been with? Some people, business wise, it's a business decision. And, like, you have to take emotion out of it. So that's their side of it. We need
Well, I think you can do
inventory.
that. I think you can do that to some extent, but at the end of the day, you still need to be somewhat considerate for the people involved.
Yeah.
So, like,
Like, do you want to set up potential for future sales? Because this can get spread around. Like, he can go and tell all of his family and friends, like, look, these people were knocking on my door,
yeah.
waving at me through my blinds.
Oh, that's already being told. That's and it's
Yeah.
a Christmas story. Let me tell you about my Christmas moving sale
These
that I had
people
to
are
do.
crazy. And that's why you see people not give their address early and they say no early birds. And it don't matter. There's no
It
rules.
doesn't matter.
Like,
There is no rules. Correct. So we're going on
hey,
to
good
our
morning.
13 sales. First sale we had, by the way, was a Mercari sale. We already
Mm-hmm.
packaged it because we actually had difficulty finding it yesterday. Um, and so
I
we
didn't
didn't
have
include
time
it.
to look for it. I could have
No.
found it fast, but I had to ship
And it was
first.
a perfume.
Yeah.
It was like an Avon perfume
Yeah.
that was brand new sealed,
Mm-hmm.
something web. I can't remember. Anyways, it sold for
Victoria
like
Web or something.
950 plus shipping on Mercari. The
Oh,
only benefit is you don't pay any fees right now on
yeah,
Mercari.
that's
So
good. Are they changing that?
yes, they are changing
Mm.
that. First up on eBay, so we got 12 items on eBay, so that'd be number 13. Fashion Fair Oil Control Face Powder. This is a dark brun, whatever. $36 plus shipping on that foundation.
Yeah.
Next up, we have. I'm glad to see these go just because we are.
Star Wars Zoom Zooms.
Yes. Lots of Zoom Zooms.
Yeah.
They're new with tags, and this big one is not new with tags.
But this was all
They're both
together,
failed. But
right?
we made it a big lot of all the Star Wars ones, and they sold all together for $39.95 plus shipping. So a pretty good
That's
sale.
good. Yeah.
I think all the Zoom Zooms when we bought them, we paid like $50 for the whole big
Yeah.
bin of them. They've been very slow sellers, so
Very.
not something that I would like
Recommend to go out and
recommend
get.
going out and getting. But we do have one lot that's pretty rare that's going to sell for over $100.
Oh, okay.
On top of we're
If it
already in the
sells.
profit
Yeah.
at this point because we've sold enough of them, but it just took
Okay. Yeah.
forever. Monster High. This Monster High doll is called the Great Scarier Reef. Something. And this one sold $18.95 plus shipping. Did sell via promoted listing.
All right.
Estee Lauder, we have a Perfectionist Targeted Deep Wrinkle Cream Filler, $37.95 plus shipping. So we're just gonna keep printing the
Trucking.
money off of that. We'll go with that one next.
Okay. These are Risen jeans. I paid $1 for them. They're kind of fringe at the bottom. They're really cute.
$23 plus shipping.
Yeah.
On those did sell via promoted listing.
Okay.
Next up.
The sell-through wasn't great on these, so I priced it low.
Yeah.
And they sold.
Well, that's the whole point. Is if you do
Yeah.
have something that's on the
Like, may or may not sell.
may or may not sell, and if it's like really bad, you really have to be aggressive with the pricing.
Yeah.
It could be a topic for its own day. But next up, we have a vintage Magnavox dual deck stereo.
Cassette
And
player.
so they can play record cassettes potentially. Now I will say, This is tested and working, but I only had a cassette and I don't have any blank ones to
Oh,
test the
okay.
recording
Yeah.
function. So like,
Fingers crossed. That's
um,
what he's saying.
I'm not saying that. I don't know what they're going to be using it for
Yeah.
from a purpose perspective,
It is
but
dented. They know
I
you
have
put that
been.
in there,
I
right?
mean, it's got pictures of it.
Just want to make sure it didn't happen in storage.
Mm, 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 mm. How bad is it dented?
Pretty bad. But it is in the pictures, but
Okay. Yeah, it is in the picture. All right. I'm not worried about it because it doesn't really impact the performance.
whatever. If they get it and then they have an
30,
issue with it.
35, 35.59 plus shipping on that one.
Yeah.
This
If they have an issue with it, then it's like you'll give them money back for it.
partial or
Yeah.
something.
So I'm not going to open this because this is kind of how I'm going to send it
Yeah.
with bubble wrap.
So this is a Estee Lauder lot of 7. It is soft, clean, tender.
There are many
Cream.
lotions,
Yeah.
and like travel size.
There's like 6 of them that were one size and a seventh
One was
that
a
was
little
smaller.
bigger. Oh, smaller. Okay.
And so we sold them all together for $49.95 free shipping. And so we had a bunch of these extra little
Oh yeah, gift bags.
gift
from
bags.
Estee Lauder.
So what we decided whenever we were going to lot the Estee Lauder stuff together, we're going to put them in there, label them, and that way it'll keep separate. And it's like a free little upgrade. And I think that's one of those things that if you get something that you have a lot of and you're not going to sell, like these little things would sell for like $3 plus shipping.
Yeah.
Might as well just include it as a free gift.
Exactly.
And it'll help from the sorting perspective. And I think that'll almost guarantee that we should have good feedback.
Yeah.
Somebody that will love what they receive. And I think there is some value in that.
And they can store it in this, so that helps.
Correct.
Too. All right. Now
So you found this one.
I did. This was at a thrift store. Woo! This brand. So what is it called?
Extrema.
This is the symbol that they use.
And you can show the bottom of this, which
It's almost new.
it's
my
got your
handprint.
handprint on it.
I'm so hot in here. Sweaty.
But Extrema, it is a 10-inch skillet and it comes with a lid. The lid does not quite fit. Like I said, like in the description, loose. I think I might have put
fitting lid.
loose fitting lid.
Yeah.
Which
Why do we do this?
because we had somebody that
Yes.
had one of the Magnolite bakers.
Like a
broiler, and she was flipping out because she did her seafood thing and it was pouring over the sides and the
gosh.
seal was bad and yada yada yada. I'm gonna have to get this repaired. I'm like, that's the way they're
They
intended to be.
don't seal.
They
it
don't
lets
seal.
steam out, and you filled your pot too full with your soup.
So don't blame
it's
me
not our fault.
on that one. So
Anyways, we're
loose fitting lid in the title of this item,
they will know.
and that way it is also in the description. Like you can't.
This is not an instant pot.
No.
That has a seal.
But again, if you can add, if you have the ability to add the additional words to further describe the item, I think it can be beneficial, especially to set the realistic expectations of what the person's going to receive.
Yeah.
So,
And
that
you get a
being
lot
said-
of comments of item exactly as described.
yes.
So,
$69.95 plus shipping on this.
yes.
And I think we probably pay what, like 15, 20,
Was
16?
it that much?
I feel like they priced these up a little bit. Maybe it was 9,
I think so.
something like that. But usually it was
And
higher
they had
than
another
normal.
one there, but it had a chip on the handle. So this was our first time getting this brand. We weren't really sure how fast it would sell. So be on the
It's
lookout.
not common.
It's kind of cool.
It's not common.
Yeah.
So like just to give you an idea, it was less than 100 of these particular types of brands listed and sold.
Okay.
So it's just not a common.
Even like
cookware.
a lady in the checkout, she was like, "What brand is that?" So we had to show her because it was new to her too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So perfect. Next up, we have The Roots of Reform. This is Anointed Luther, Volume 1. It's some sort of like textbook or something like that. $22 plus shipping on that one. And I like picking up books if they're going to sell fairly quickly and not be expensive. VHS, Scooby-Doo, and Where's My Mummy movie. It sold for $8.95.
All right. Is this the last?
That one there.
Here.
This
Lumi.
is Lumi Power Portable Charger and Flashlight. It's brand new. Pretty much should have been open box. But,
And that's it.
nevertheless, $39.95 plus shipping. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know if this was going to sell or not. And I
Well,
was like,
good.
I'm gonna let
That's
it
good.
sit in there for a year and see if it sold, and it sold. So
Perfect.
$40 plus shipping. I'm glad to see it. Otherwise, we're gonna find a personal use for it. And then the last sale, we did an auction on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. These are all like first edition Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't want to go through the process of getting these graded or
You
anything
aren't
like that.
excited about this.
I don't get excited about them. I just know there's money in it, and if I can get it cheaply enough, I will buy it. But like for example, I think I paid like $5 or $4, and I lotted it all together, and it sold for $20.55 plus shipping. Is it worth it? I don't know.
I don't think so because you had to
Um,
lay everything out and look
it
them.
takes a long time to list these particular
Hmm.
types of things. I do get good feedback, so people love them whenever you get them. I will say I do have another set that will sell for a lot more, which would be worth my time
Hmm.
based on the amount of money that I expect that we'll get from that. But these, I don't
What?
know.
So if somebody had it at a garage sale with like a big box of them, would you be interested in even getting them, or would you like look
I,
over
I'd,
it?
I'd have a hard time not to look at it
Yeah. Just
and just to kind of get an idea. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, maybe not so much, maybe more on the Magic the Gathering stuff because I've played that game before. I haven't played
yeah.
this game, so I have no idea.
Realistic buyer expectations. Yes.
Yes, that is huge. Um, but yeah, it's nevertheless we're still getting a sale and we're still making money,
Yep.
and it made the Florida trip not as miserable as we once thought. Um,
I don't know.
it's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad
You
for
did
us.
get the guest.
Yeah, jacket from yesterday.
Um,
True, true. So, what are the plans for today? Today, I have to ship and then I have to take my son to an appointment and then I will be back. And I think the plan is to finish our swing in the backyard with my parents.
I think someone's trying to get us to say a name that doesn't
I know that's
exist.
why I'm not saying it. I skipped over it.
So nice try.
Hey, good morning, Tim.
Yes,
Happy
I
to
get your
have you with
messages
us.
all the time. It's
Yes.
nice to see you on here on the live.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. But yeah, so it's been a productive day. I will say, like from a sales perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I have like 3 or 4 items to list,
Yeah.
and then other than that, like I might be shifting to death pile, which I don't really look at as a death
Yeah.
pile, but it's just a bunch of media. I guess it
Okay.
is a death pile from
But it's something that you don't like look at with hate.
disdain and hate. So I'll probably be getting onto that today. Because what is the
Mm-hmm.
plans? Do we have anything scheduled?
I just said.
All right.
Okay, so I'll redo it. I gotta ship, I gotta take our son to his appointment, and then I believe my parents are coming to help finish the swing in the backyard. And
Oh yeah,
then,
you started talking about the outside stuff, and
yeah,
I zone out.
glazed over.
No, thank you.
But I just have to start getting the house ready for Christmas.
I
So,
thought you did yesterday.
false. That was a lot of shipping and extra things. So, and then you're gonna be going through your death pile stuff. So, we have a lot on
Yeah,
the
so I
docket.
listing, and then I do have shoes I could clean, but I don't want to like set up the cleaning situation and
Mm-hmm.
do it for like 3 pairs of shoes. It just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a very productive way um, to go about it. So
So there we go. And then we'll be back on tomorrow, right?
yeah, back on tomorrow, and I kind of just assume at this point, like we'll have from a sourcing perspective, Friday
Yeah.
bargain hunt,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
and then some thrift stores. I will say thrift stores are starting to get better inventory
Mm-hmm.
because people can't really run garage sales in this area. They're going to be more likely and apt to donate stuff, so
Yeah.
they're getting some better inventory, which is nice.
So take a look at that.
So that is always another option. I guess it's something I always forget about.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah, even if garage sales die down, you still have a sourcing opportunity.
well that they generally if then this like
Right.
if the garage sales are starting to die out, then
Right.
the thrift stores are
We'll
getting
pick
better
up.
inventory, so you can actually still find stuff.
Yep. So good things. All right.
Yep.
I'll let you catch up on messages.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're all good.
So I don't know if we're gonna be on as much next week because it's Christmas.
Yeah, I know we'll be on Monday, Tuesday,
Okay.
because we can still ship on Tuesday, so I think that makes sense. Wednesday, Thursday,
Probably not. That's gonna be a no. So it'll be a Monday,
Wednesday
Tuesday week
for
next
sure
week.
is not
Yes.
a no go. Thursday maybe.
Yes. Well, we hope that y'all have a wonderful Tuesday and you're wrapping up all the Christmas events and wrapping.
We are 8 days away from Christmas.
Very fast.
Yes.
Came fast. I remember just like it was yesterday. It was Christmas last year. And it's already here again.
It's not only that, it's just I remember as a kid where you'd be like, it's 25 days till Christmas,
It
and then
feels
it's
so
like
long.
23 days till Christmas, and you're like, oh my gosh, these days won't get here.
And
I
as
want
an adult,
Christmas.
it's like, slow down now. I
Yeah,
didn't realize it's next week.
it's
That's a
a
problem.
completely different flip. So,
So have a wonderful Tuesday. Aaron, you guys shut it off.
take care, everybody.
Bye.